What's good, guys, and welcome back to this end of the month manga haul. I just got a second box in, so I thought it was about time that I would do a collector manga haul for March. I think we're in March right now, yeah. Wait, let me just check. Yeah, March, end of March. So there's a lot of good titles. A couple last volumes, some new series. Yeah, a bunch of good stuff. So let's just get into it. Starting off with this big ass brig of a book, Blade of the Immortal Omnibus, well, Deluxe Edition 5. I really need to get on reading this since I've been picking them up and they're not cheap, but these are definitely the best looking deluxe editions in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of the plasticky look of the Helsing and Berserk editions, but this one's pretty good. It's simple, and I like the gray color. Next up is Bakemonogatari Volume 12. I have also yet to start reading this, but the covers are amazing, and the art inside is really good. So, and just been picking this up based Senpai's recommendations, because him and I have pretty similar taste when it comes to manga, it seems, because everything he's recommended on this channel has been right up my alley. So I trusted him with what's it called? The Witch and the Beast, and I ended up loving that, so I'm gonna trust him with this, and whenever I get done with One Piece, I can start reading some of all this other stuff. Next up, Blood on the Tracks. I'm waiting for this to finish so I can binge read it, and then if I don't like it, I'll end up just selling off the entire set. It'll probably be easier than selling a bunch of singles. So I like Shuso Oshimi's art, and I've only been hearing good things, so what can I say? Sorry, I'm not gonna edit that out, can't be bothered. Next up is the Nasty Man series, the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. It's not that nasty, it's more cute. It's a harem rom-com, and it takes harem to a whole other level, because they are serious when they say 100 girlfriends. They just keep adding girls in there with different personalities, and the MC is just a massive Chad and takes on the challenge of having all these girlfriends. I mean, if you like Nasty Man, if you like harem rom-coms, if you like cute girls, look into this. It might be right up your alley. Next up, another Ghost Ship title. Peak Fiction. Do you like big girls? This is one of is part of the Trinity of the Holy Text, which includes the Witches of Adamas. Do you like big girls and Super X Zeros? If you're a Nasty Man, pick this up. This is a must-have in your collection. I mean, just look at the covers, and the covers are pretty tame compared to what's inside. But yeah, it gets pretty lewd. The art's pretty. It's kind of the art has a old feel to it, but I mean, what can I say? It's good. Seven Seas really being the goat out here, bringing all these spicy titles over. Next one is also, this one is just a regular Seven Seas title, but it's also pretty, it's along the lines of the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. This is basically Komi-san for Nasty Men. Hitomi-chan and Shy with Strangers is really wholesome, and I mean, the MC is, well, the main female character is pretty hot, so it's a cute read. And I mean, if you like Komi, you will definitely like this one. So even if you are into Nasty Man titles, you would enjoy this because it's very wholesome and it's very cute. Next up is something that's absolutely not worth your time, which is Rent a Girlfriend, or as it should be commonly known as, I have the same 3 story beats in every volume, and I'll do that for 300 chapters. I'm only picking this up because I've been picking it up, and I don't want to quit now. I want to see where this dumpster fire goes, but I am not gonna be recommending this to anyone. Yeah, there are better rom-com titles out there. Next up, Grand Blue Dreaming. I really need to get back into this, like 2 volumes or 3 volumes, and I really enjoyed it, but I just had other things to read and got really busy with work, so this is on the back burner, but it was really hilarious, the things I've read, so I'm looking forward to finishing it sometime. Next up is, I read the first omnibus of Plunderer, so I picked up volume 2 and 3. The first one was okay, it's nothing groundbreaking, but I really like this release from Yen Press. My volume 3 is kind of damaged, but oh well. It's a larger trim, and the figure, well, it's like a nice size for an omnibus, and the covers are really great, and the story was okay. So I thought, you know what, this just restocked recently, so I've been eyeing it for a while, and I had some extra cash, so why not get into it? It's only, I think, volume 9 is off for pre-order right now, so there's not a lot of them, but they're like $20 each, so do with that information as you will. Next up, 7 Deadly Sins Omnibus 2. Yeah, these are big, but the thing is, they at least have the taller trim size, but they're still bricks, and if you're not careful, they will crack the spine. But 7 Deadly Sins, I would definitely not go out of my way to collect the singles, so I'm glad they're doing this omnibus. You could also go with the box sets and get those when they're on sale. Definitely do not pay full price for those, because you're just paying for the singles inside. So yeah, don't let Kodansha play you. Gotta play the game and make sure you're spending the least amount of money on their titles, because they do not care about you. That's for sure. Next up, Soul Eater in the Perfect Edition. I like this edition. This is, I'm not a big fan of hardcovers, but this type of hardcovers, the smaller, more compact volumes, are okay in my book. These are heavy though, because of this like high quality, like almost picture quality paper inside. It's really nice, and it's gonna stay white for a long time. Mine has a ding for some reason, but oh well. They look great on the shelf too with the spine. The number is a little bit hard to read sometimes, but that's okay. You just need to make sure you have them in order. But yeah, Soul Eater, volume 6. Next up is Eden Zero. I'm a Hiro Mashima fanboy. I know he's definitely not the most talented story writer, but I grew up on fairy tales, so it's very nostalgic to me. And what can I say? I love me a good power-up friendship shonen turn your brain off series. Gotta have those. For some people it's Dragon Ball, for me it's Fairy Tail and Eden Zero. Fly Me to the Moon, Fly Me to the Mid. This is not good. Only picking it up because I hate dropping series, so here we are picking up Mid in 2022. What can I say? It is 2022, right? Well, I accidentally shut off the recording trying to figure out the year, so here we are continuing. Frieren, I don't know. Volume 3, I really enjoy this. don't be fooled. This is way darker than a lot of people are making it out to be. It might have slice of life components, but it also has a lot of death. It really focuses on death and the loss of companions, and it also has this specific volume really went into a lot of what's it called? See, this is why it sucks to not be a native English speaker, because words slip from your tongue way more often. But I won't say racism, because it's not about racism. It's more about speaking. Well, oh well, it has segregation and biases and so on with the demons in here, and also it gets really dark at times, which I really enjoy. So don't be fooled into thinking this is a lighthearted slice of life adventure manga, because it's really not. There's a lot of death in there. Next up, we have Masho Volume 5. I really enjoy Masho. It's super fun. It's right up my alley with the humor. It's similar to One Punch Man. It's literally One Punch Man meets Harry Potter. So what can I say? If you like any of those IPs, you'll definitely like Masho, and it's a great laugh. And there are so many funny instances in these volumes, and I laugh like audibly when I read these, which is not something that happens a lot, but Masho gets that out of me. Next up, Undead Unluck. I'm enjoying it since volume 2, but I can see this not being a lot longer than it is. Okay, because it just doesn't have staying power. As soon as this is done, nobody is gonna remember this series. It's, I won't say it's box standard, but it's just not. It just doesn't make a super big impression on you, in my opinion. But oh well, I'm picking it up and I'm enjoying reading it, but it's definitely not my most anticipated series whenever I get manga in the mail, that's for sure. Next up, one of the most banger covers for My Hero Academia, volume 30. What can I say? The manga right now is going wild, but I'm glad it's gonna be ending soon, because I don't know. It's gotten to a point where and it's the same for Black Clover. They've written themselves into a corner where it's hard to see where they would go other than doing some ass pulls. And I would rather a series just stop and make way for new stuff, for like new IPs in the magazine, than continue on just for the sake of continuing. Next up is a classic, volume 5 of Battle Angel Alita. I'm looking forward to getting into this one. I'm low-key liking this release from Kodansha, except, they still have their absolutely god-awful quality control with chipped corners and shelfware coming straight from the factory. Fucking low Dansha. I hope you go under soon and sell all your things to this, because at least they make decent quality volumes for an acceptable price. Next up, Kakegurui Volume 14. It's got cute girls, but it's pretty trash. I wouldn't say go out of your way to try and get this, because it's kind of difficult to get, because it's the older Yen Press title, and it's just not impressive enough to justify trying to spend way too much money to get this. But I mean, if you want to check it out, but you have been warned. Next up, volume 4 of Fist of the North Star. Not super impressed, but I mean, it's not supposed to be a great, like, grand narrative, but it's big dudes beating on each other with cool powers. So what can I say? It does that part really good. So next up is the next what do they call these? Like this edition of Masonic Goku. I've been picking these up because they look really nice and they sound like they'll be right up my alley, but I have yet to read it, so just been picking them up. And at this point, anything from Rumiko Takahashi is basically has classic status, so what can I say? Next up is a new one that I have no idea what it's about, the Hellbound. I looked at the art in the comic store I was at, and I like this edition. Dark Horse really went all the way with this one. Except, why is this here? Like, fuck off. Don't put this on my manga. Like, at least make it a sticker so I can remove it. But no, this is on the cover. Ugh, that's fucking annoying. But yeah, this might actually be manhwa. Now that I'm looking at the names up here. I mean, if it is, cool, but I have no idea what this is about, but the volume here looked really nice, so picked it up and gonna be picking up the rest. Another new title, oh, there's this one, Alice in Borderland. It's a battle royale, I believe, or death game or something like that. Yeah, death game is probably more the right term. Heard people liked it. The covers were beautiful, and ooh, the spine's kind of nice. What the hell? I haven't really looked at this volume, to be honest, so this spine's cool. Nice. The volume's beautiful, and I'm as like the only... Oh, damn. That's some spicy stuff in there. But yeah, I, for one, I'm actually glad this is a paperback and not a hardback. A lot of people weren't happy about that, but... since I prefer paperbacks, I'm just thrilled that it's a paperback. Next up, last volume of Hell's Paradise. Can't wait to read this. I really want to see where this is going. Can't wait for the anime. I've been thoroughly enjoying this series, so I have faith in Yuji Kaku to finish us off strong. So I'm gonna be reading this later and hope for the best. Damn. I'm on the floor, so sitting on my feet. But next up is I'm not sure if I showed off some volumes in the last haul, but I've been trying to hunt down the To Love or Darkness volumes, so since a lot of them were just recently restocked. So this is volume 1. Volume 2 is in the mail from Book Depository, as they were... No, not from Book Depository. I haven't ordered volume 2 yet, actually. But yeah, volume 2 was hard to find, so ordered that from elsewhere. Volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, and volume 6. I'm gonna be reading this when I have all of it. As you can see over there, I got the complete set of To Love omnibuses. And I got like 3 or 4 volumes of To Love or Darkness over there. So, gonna be picking them all up and reading them whenever I get my hands on them. And then last, but somewhat least, is the Faraway Paladin Omnibus 2. This is based on a light novel, I believe. I loved, well, not loved, I liked the anime, so been picking up the manga just to show support and kind of remember the story better. But yeah, these oh, and this is made by J Novel Club, so it's a bit of a weird release, but oh well, it's enjoyable. And yeah, that was really all for this time, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope maybe you got some ideas of what to be hauling yourself, or maybe you got annoyed at some of my opinions. But hey, what can I say? They are my opinions, so do with that what you will. Anyways, guys, have a good one, and see you in the next video.